All right, three, two, one. Hello and welcome to episode 159 of the Naked Tech Podcast. It's the show that gives you everything you need to know about consumer tech, the internet, and all things ugly app icons. I'm your friend Jeff Kim.
My name is Calvin Lee, and I feel the need for speed.
Like high speed, maybe?
That,
In the
and
range between 4 and 6?
I like how you decide to go with MBN, and that's the same theme as Apple's new event, which is speed.
I think we should do a high five
Y-
based on your...
where am I? Yes, yes, high five. Yeah.
Ow! I think that's how the movie goes, doesn't it? Okay, don't take us down, YouTube. All right.
Yeah.
Hello, we're back. 159, another Apple event.
Yeah,
I think
considering.
that's about it we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there's nothing else happening anyway.
Nothing, well, in the world, like just in general, there's no news in the world. Not, like so boring.
Nah,
2020, come on.
yeah.
Give us something 2020.
Yeah, it's been pretty boring.
Yes, well, let's just let's not go there too much.
Yeah, let's get
Tech
straight
show.
into it. Let's get straight into
All right.
the Apple events.
Now, okay, you did mention the what is it called again? The HomePod Mini.
hmm
Do we actually want to touch on that? Because I totally missed it. I
I
mean, I heard about it.
I think we'll mention it really quickly.
Okay, let's go. Start with
So
that.
if it was the HomePod never really made it big. I think let's be honest here. It was widely regarded as a good sounding, dumb, smart speaker. You can only talk to Siri, and I believe you needed to play music via Siri, via Apple Music. You couldn't use it as a Bluetooth speaker. It was expensive, and for some reason, Apple thought we needed a smaller one called the HomePod Mini for 99 USD. So I'm guessing about 180 AUD. I didn't even bother to check the Apple AU site. It's
Hmm.
just a smaller version of that. So if you want to talk to Siri without your phone for whatever reason, or now you can yell at your kids through the HomePod. So you can put one in your kids' room, you can put one downstairs, and yell at them via the HomePods. By all means, get this $99 HomePod Mini.
Now, I probably don't want to trigger the S word too much, unlike the actual keynote where the S word was said. I think someone counted like over 100 times. Um, and in Australia, oh, well, let's talk about the part where I woke up and watched it, although I was
Mm.
about half an hour late. Um, Early in the morning, like if you did have one of these HomePod minis in your bedroom and you're watching the keynote from your phone, your HomePod would have got it gone off because they actually said the S word so many times. But anyway, um, that's I think that's understandable, Kelvin. However, there probably is a couple of new features. I think the main thing is that yes, that connection to the iPhone, and maybe it was too early in the morning for me to understand, but like now you can just kind of like be near the HomePod with your iPhone and it'll automatically connect to Bluetooth.
So it's
I
got
thought that was a pretty good feature.
it's so that's the wonderful thing about Apple devices. It's got
Mm,
the what did they call it? The W1, the U1 chip, the chip that's
yes.
responsible for connecting to Apple devices. And
Hmm.
that's how they beat Google and everyone else when it comes to just good connectivity and customer experience because you just walk near it.
Hmm. And you mentioned the family angle, and I think if you are part of a, say, at least a family of four, a bunch of teenagers, maybe some pre-teens, it's great for parents. It's a good way to spy on your kids. Kids are gonna hate this though, with the walkie-talkie system. Hey, Brad, come and have your dinner. All right. I mean, I don't know. Like, can the kid set it so that, messages from the kitchen are filtered out? Not sure. I think that's a bit sad for the kids out there in the world.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Well, can you mute the HomePod? Anyway, we're getting into too much. I don't think it's
all
about the
right.
HomePod at that point.
It got stuck in there or snuck in the keynote. So well done, Apple. HomePod is still a thing. Now. something else that's definitely a thing is the iPhone, Kelvin.
Mm-hmm.
iPhone 12 this time. What are we? 2007 to 2020. So this is the 14th year of iPhone lines. We get four new ones under the iPhone 12 branding, of all different sizes. There's three sizes really, but four different uh, flavors of your iPhone. I guess coming from last year, 2013, we had the iPhone 11 range where it was just the three, which so that was the iPhone. There was the iPhone Pro, which is the one I've got, and iPhone Pro Max. But this year, added onto that is a smaller size that came in a little tiny little briefcase, with, and the briefcase was in another briefcase. The iPhone 12 mini.
That was
Uh,
so
five,
tacky, though. So tacky. Like the whole
apparently,
James.
only Apple can do that, Kelvin.
I mean, they licensed the James Bond music in the background. Was it James Bond? I don't know.
I think it
Really
was.
stuck with me about how tacky that was. And
Hmm.
I think the iPhone 12 mini is the phone of the announcement. I'm gonna call it.
Ooh, call it. Okay.
Mm. In
Are you gonna
terms
get one though?
No, because I like my big phones. I'm currently, rocking
And you
the
cannot lie.
Samsung S10 Plus. Exactly, I can't lie. I just couldn't go to anything that small. But I think this is, before we get into the nerdy stuff, like the tech specs and everything. I think, yeah, there you go. They basically just brought up the iPhone 4. Is that the iPhone 4S? 4?
This is the 5S Gold. I believe the 12 mini is actually smaller than this. The screen is bigger, but the form factor is smaller than this tiny little thing. I really can't imagine holding something that small.
Yeah, but
I just can't.
I
Yeah.
like that. It's a low price. Well, it's not budget by any means compared to an Android device, but I think Apple's taking a novel sort of approach against the foldable phones. I
Hmm.
think it's people if people want something small, they no longer have to pay a premium price for those foldable phones. They can pick up an iPhone Mini. It's good for our parents. It's good for kids. Um, and they cover the medium low budget spectrum of that category. I think it's a good. I
Hmm.
think it's not. No one. There's nothing else like it.
Especially from Apple. Is
Mm.
there other companies making smaller iPhones?
Um,
Phones. Sorry,
uh,
Freudian slip.
I'm sure you can buy some Android phones, but I don't think you know
You can fold it into a smaller thing.
but I think they won't have great. I don't think they would have good specs, or they'll be
Yeah.
using some old version of Android. And I don't want to sound like an Android hater. I mean, I am using an Android device,
Mm.
but if you ask me right now, if my parents wanted to buy a phone, I would throw this at them right now.
And it's so small that they may not be able to see it to catch.
That's the other
Um,
problem, I guess.
Now, actually, that's a good segue because maybe they do drop that after you throw it to them. Will it actually shatter? They've got a new thing. I'm gonna get CNET guy to talk about the new thing.
Apple said it worked with Corning to make the toughest screens on its phones. Apparently, the screens are glass that gets infused with nano ceramic crystals to make them tougher. Apple claims 4 times better drop performance, aka 4 times the chance of your phone surviving a drop from your pocket, and that's great. The other great thing is the screen is on all four phones.
Ceramic shield.
Yeah.
That's
So
transparent.
the only issue I have with this is don't call it a shield. Typically, when I see Shield, people will try and break it, and I'm just waiting for Jerry Rigs Everything to go through it with the hammer, just to see.
I feel like that's already come out. Oh no, no one's got the phones yet.
No one's got
Yeah,
the phones yet, so everyone's just like Jerry, Jerry, Jerry on the internet. Yeah, if you don't
it's a
know,
good opportunity for us to do another ASMR video too.
yeah, because we have that sort of budget. Just give us a phone to shatter.
Yeah, the 4 times thing. I don't know. Like, how do they come up with that figure? I guess
Well,
they do drop tests, but like, is it
let me show
four
you.
times less likely?
If you look at
Okay.
if you look at the website, it's got a. I'm not sure if you
Mm.
can see. I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit. Um, oh, well, let me zoom on the. Oh, Apple's too fancy. It says read the bottom. There's a footnote for 4 times. Let's see what two refers to. Just give me 1 second. Claim Claim is based on the iPhone 12 ceramic shield front compared with previous generation iPhones, but it doesn't tell you what exactly, 4 times what. So you're right.
So if you just happen to drop your phone 4 times in a year, only one time it'll break. Yes. Okay. Well,
So
once a quarter.
what I want to know is, will this cost more to replace? I'm gonna say yes.
hmm Costs you, I mean, like, I guess it depends on the Apple Care and all that. So, again, this is the Apple way. You get quality, but
You,
you got to pay for it.
that's absolutely horses for courses.
hmm So let's move on from that one. So again, that one's on all four phones. Another thing that's on for all four, I can't say that, all four phones is, well, I've got Claire Riley again from CNET to talk about that.
The new MagSafe upgrades the wireless charging technology on your iPhone with the addition of magnets.
Our wound wire coil, which is unique in the industry, now accommodates magnets and maintains compatibility with existing Qi chargers. The magnets are optimized for alignment and efficiency, and we improved our shielding design to safely provide up to 15 watts for faster charging.
I think, your take on the Mini being the highlight, I think for a lot of people, this is the highlight as well. Quite a surprise. I don't think anyone picked it. Is it actually MagSafe? Are they just kind of repurposing the brand, the well-loved brand that they killed in 2016, that it's back? But is it the same thing?
I mean, they totally just took the cheap, easy way out and just rebranded it. And you know what? I think it's a worthy. Like, I love the MagSafe on the MacBook Air. Whenever I tripped over a cable, the whole laptop didn't go flying, like it does with my MacBook Pro 16-inch at the moment, and it hurts. So I loved MagSafe, and I think it's worthy. I feel like this magnet technology is it's not tacky. I see all the use cases, especially if you're on our Twitch channel now, you get to see all the funky accessories that come
Yep.
with it.
The thing that it does is open it up for another whole ecosystem of products for Apple and accessories. So more bling for them. I guess, like, I kind of laugh at the MagSafe name because yes, it is using magnets, but the feature is a totally different thing, right? So like you said, the MagSafe laptop chargers were good because like it's kind of trip proof. But like, I don't know, like, well, if you have your iPhone charging on the ground maybe, and you happen to have a very long cable and trip over it, maybe the same thing might happen.
Yeah,
But then, like, you've got the ceramic shield to protect the screen. So
yeah. So do we know if this is Qi technology? Have they spoken about it?
it's compatible, so I would think so. They do actually go on to say that there's NFC behind it as well. So I think
Oh,
that there's a lot of tech behind this. And I don't know if you can find the accessory that also sort of opens up into a
ah,
more of a pad, and then you can also charge your watch as well at the same time.
I see.
I thought that was pretty clever. That's a very Apple kind of thing to do.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think more is coming with this, and
Mm.
yeah, I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about the whole power cable in a second, but I'm trying to think of the possibilities here. Would there be a phone mount for this? Is it strong enough so the phone doesn't drop off? I hear,
Yeah, Belkin's already announced like a mount type charging for this as well. I've got a quick take from Marquez actually, very quick one, and I think I was thinking this as well.
Hot take: next iPhone won't have a plug because everyone's going to be so used to snapping it on the back.
What do we think about that?
I think Marquez went one further and said it won't even have a charging port.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
that's
Yeah,
what we're saying. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, totally. I think with
I'm actually gonna think maybe not next year's one, but the one after.
yeah, I don't think we're going to get
Then
USB-C at all.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think it's going to happen.
I think that's it because we were taking bets on that about this one. The other thing actually they didn't, and I was half expecting was the Touch ID for the Pro models on the
Yeah.
button because you got it for the iPad Pros. Sorry, iPad Airs. what was the latest one? iPad Airs, right?
Yeah, iPad Air. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't just throw it in. It doesn't seem to cost a lot. Um, I'm guessing they don't want to give up on Face ID. I feel like they'll get less people onboarded into Face ID, and maybe there is a future for Face ID that we don't see yet. Um, but I can totally see this wireless charger being the you know charger for everyone. Um, because I think the one thing that threw everyone off was the cable they're going to include in this iPhone 12, and I've just got a quick clip from Linus just explaining why it's so controversial.
Now, none of these iPhones are coming with a power adapter or earphones in the box, which is great-ish, because in theory, everyone already has both of those things. So like, yay, protecting the environment, except for one small problem. Apple is including a cable that is a Lightning to USB-C charging cord, which is not going to work with the USB Type A wall wart that Apple went and didn't include because they figured you already had it, but then they gave you a cable that doesn't work with it. So I guess that's why the 12 Pro's price is unchanged, because they know they're going to make an extra $20 from everyone who's buying either a charger or a cable from the Apple Store. Well played.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely in that boat. Spoiler alert, if I do end up getting something, one of these, maybe I'll talk about that a bit later on in the episode, but I'm definitely going to be one of those. I think if you're brand new to this ecosystem of USB-C on one side, then yeah, like you're not going to have anything. For me, at least, I have one other one from last year.
Yeah, and you can still use your Lightning cable and your silly old USB-A USB charger, but what is Apple trying to do here by including a cable that is just strange? I mean, are they thinking that everyone has a MacBook that they can connect to? Therefore, we're going to give you a USB-C cable. I mean, that's really funny. They're still including the headphones in Europe because of the laws there.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, the egregious part is, using the environment as an excuse for this, but, clearly that's got not much to do with it. It's for commercial reasons. We can see through you, Tim Cook. All right. So I think we're sort of covering the common features of all the four phones. Let's maybe look at some of the differences. So obviously size is one thing. I don't know. Where do we start here? Should we break the camera down maybe?
Yes, and we're quickly going to look at something you prepared earlier.
Right. Yes. So shout out to Brian Tong because I mean he thinks that on purpose they don't have any comparison tables on their website or anything like that. And I had to sort of take this screenshot from one of his videos to get this just so that we can talk about it. But like a comparison table like this, explained this way. So I think you've got the actual software part of the camera system. One thing I wasn't as clear after the keynote were the differences between the Pro and the Pro Max.
So
Yeah, so obviously Pro has more features. There's an extra camera, which is a telephoto. But yeah, like the difference from last year is that the Pro and the Pro Max last year were exactly the same camera system, same aperture, same zoom. But yeah, we're going to get a couple of more things, software and hardware wise, which is
Yeah.
quite insightful.
I've brought up the hardware up now,
Okay.
and I think that is probably the biggest difference. So I was initially thinking of getting the iPhone 12 before all this came out, before all the details came out. I'm happy with the size of the iPhone 12. Now, the price difference between the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro, what is that? That's $300
It's
roughly?
200 US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about there. So what do you get for $300? You get more digital zoom for some reason, because it's digital. You do get the telephotos lens, which gives you a f2.0.
Okay, I have to stop you here,
Yes.
Kelvin. So it's not it's a bit of a marketing fluff. The zoom out
Yes.
is actually the same,
Oh.
and that's the thing that zoom in. Yeah, the zoom in is the same. In terms of like using the wide angle.
Yeah.
Hang on, have I got that right? Anyway, whatever it is, they can't really say 4 times and 5 times here because that's with the combined telephoto from the lowest of the telephoto to the highest of the zoom. That's why it's 4 and 5.
Yeah,
But like you're really getting 2 times and 2.5.
so my only concern is the camera system of my S10 Plus is still pretty good. So I get telephoto, I get a wide angle, and I get your typical, um, camera. So if I go for the iPhone 12, I lose out on the telephoto, which I never use anyway. I can't think of real scenarios where telephoto comes in at all. So yeah, if you're going to spend the money on the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max just for the camera, I don't think you're getting a lot.
Yes, digital zoom is kind of like inconsequential there. What else are we getting? Yeah, I think you're pretty right. I mean, I'm very happy with the 12 Pro camera, sorry, the 11 Pro camera that I have right now. So from my point of view, I'm looking for improvements over that.
I think the improvement will come in the video. I'm just going to switch over to that
Yeah.
now. So you can now record in Dolby Vision HDR video recording at 4K. With the Pros, it's up to 60 frames a second. With the non-Pro versions, it's only 30 frames per second. So if you're going to be shooting a lot of video and you're going to be spending the money to get the highest storage one available anyway, because 60 FPS 4K is going to be massive, I don't see why you wouldn't get the Pro Max. This is like, it's inconsequential. It's something you're going to get anyway.
Yeah, so I'm leaning towards the Pro Max just because of the extra bit of zoom there and the 60 FPS. And I think if you look at the software one as well, the difference was that you get the optical OIS with the wide camera.
Yeah, and obviously the standout for the Pro devices here is the additional LiDAR scanner that's available. Apparently it's 6 times faster autofocus in low light. So I think there's enough here to kill the Pixel in terms of night mode until we see the actual device itself and what it can do. Google, having not changed anything in their camera system for Pixel 5, I don't think there's anything that can compete with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The S20 Plus Ultra phones weren't exactly, blowing the game away. They were using a 108 pixel device that couldn't focus properly, so this will solve a lot of that issue. Yeah, I think they've got it. I think they've got a good balance here. It's still going to cost a bomb though.
I noticed the first sort of hands-on reviews of the Pixel 5 all came out today, so I haven't watched through those, so it'd be interesting to see what they're saying. And again, when these iPhone 12s come out in the reviewers' hands. Now, the other thing that the Pro models have is something called Pro RAW over the standard iPhone 12 and Mini. I have Brian Tong to talk about that.
And what is ProRAW? Well, ProRAW gives you all the standard RAW information along with the Apple image pipeline data. So this gives you more specific control in the editing process with noise reduction. Multi-frame exposure adjustments are already in place. So you just have more time to tweak color and white balance.
Yeah, so this is definitely a pro feature, you can say. I mean, I feel like they're just blocking it for the non-pro models for that reason. I'm sure they can do it. It's just, software, right? But yeah, if you're a producer or a creator on YouTube, and I think Brian actually goes on to say he does a lot of things on his iPhone. So for those guys, I mean, I'm not at that level, but maybe I want to get into that more sort of micro optimization of photos, even on a phone. Now I can do that with HDR 10-bit video as well, which is kind of crazy. The other thing, which I'm going to get Brian Tong to talk about.
Vision. So iPhone 12 Pro jumps from 8 to 10-bit HDR recording. This captures 700 million colors for just more lifelike videos. HDR stands for high dynamic range if you're not familiar with the term, and it brings you the colors that just pop off the screen. You get these deep blacks that give you the best visuals that you can find today. And then they go one better, recording in Dolby Vision. This is the format used by film studios for all of your favorite movies. So you can even edit Dolby Vision video on your iOS device.
Yeah. It all sounds great, but again, no one's got these in their hands yet, so remains to be seen how good.
Yeah, and let's be clear here. Unless you're extracting the video off your phone, putting it into Adobe Premiere or something, don't buy the phone just for that. Like I wanna.
Oh, that's a warning to me, I think.
No, but you know what? It allows you to step into that space because I've recently just bought a camera. It's still in the mail. I'm gonna get a DJI Osmo Pocket. It's a gimbal device that can shoot 4K video, and I want to use that to chase the kids around. So with the gimbal, it's super stable, and I want to start doing more things around video. So it's a small little device that I want to start learning how to shoot 4K video.
I've got a picture in my head, Calvin. You're on a skateboard. Fleetwood Mac is playing, and you're drinking some cranberry
Pretty
juice.
much.
Well, yeah, that's what you're doing. Okay.
So yeah.
Now, we should...
Go. No, yeah.
You're
Keep
up.
going.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, that's a lot to take in with the camera, and I think they made it especially confusing for us, maybe for a reason, which is a little bit un-Apple-like. But yeah, like for me, I am leaning towards the Pro Max, just because I want to upgrade from my current situation. One thing I've noticed, because the Pro Max is not on pre-sale till next week, or maybe the week after. On the Apple Store, I can, like, if I'm using my actual phone that I want to trade in, it actually automatically brings that into the experience. So the price that they give me is after the trade-in value, which is, I thought, pretty nice.
It says here up to $490. Surely your iPhone 11 Pro is worth more than.
Well, I'm getting quoted $750 from the phone itself.
Wow. Okay. And is that fair market value?
It's hard to say. So I had a look just after the keynote, and I saw, like, your favorite Facebook Marketplace. I think was still going for maybe over 1,000. But I got to think maybe in a couple of weeks it's going to come down.
Yeah.
But from the ease of the whole experience, I think I'll probably do that. I'm sure I could get a better deal elsewhere.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's pretend we're Jeff here. Let's go through the process. So, the base model iPhone 12 Pro Max is currently going for $1,849. Which color are you going for? There's the graphite, the silver, the gold.
Gold, baby.
Shiny gold. Capacity. It would have to.
256.
Oof. Is this the first time you're spending more than $2,000 on an iPhone? Or was the 11 Pro?
Possibly. I think maybe this one was 1,999. Yeah.
So that's $2,000. If you pop for the big 512, it's 2,369. Jeez. It's just it's what it is, right? I mean, it's there. So it tells me what's in the box. Paha. Are you gonna buy any MagSafe stuff?
Probably not straight away.
Because you have to get the charge.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with my charging situation.
So the MagSafe charger is 65 AUD, and the clear case is $79. So yeah, I would say
cases. No
two cases. Just two cases. I need a case. My kid
I want to show off my Goldie,
my kid
man.
throws my phone across the room half the time, so cases for sure. Yeah, I think it's reasonably priced, the MagSafe charger. I thought they would have charged at least 100, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, my watch is just telling me to go to bed, but the other thing is the market reaction. I just wanted to touch on, Kelvin. So reaction is good. It seems quite bullish on Apple right now. My favorite entertainer, how do we
Influencer.
I can't think of the word, analyst. What's that?
Influencer.
Influencer. I'm gonna go with analyst. Dan Ives. Ives? That's weird. Like John Ives. Dan Ives. I think that's his name. Ive, maybe. He was on Bloomberg, and just to set this up, he thinks Apple are about to go through a super cycle, what he calls, meaning that there's a whole bunch of people that have been waiting for this 5G phone. So 5G. There's a lot of opinions on what that is and what it means, but it is a bit of a step up in terms of capability of the phone, right? And a lot of people are waiting 5-6 years for new phones. So he's thinking of those people. So here he is on some of that.
Some people might say, Dan, it's like buying a Ferrari.
I did need to set that up. So the guy who's asking the question had a really good analogy about 5G.
Some people might say, Dan, it's like buying a Ferrari and only driving it around Manhattan. I understand lots of people are stupid enough to do that. But if you have a 5G phone that can't access 5G, what's the point, Dan?
Yeah, and look, and to that point, I would view it as over the next 3, 6, 9 months, 5G is on its way to getting to prime time, especially in the U.S.
Yeah, so that's just the first part of what I wanted to play. But so lots of questions about 5G. Like, why bother? Just stick to what you can get with 4G because there's no 5G. Is there any 5G in Sydney right now?
I don't think so, but I can imagine the Telstras and the Optuses of the world are going to ramp that up fairly quickly now that Apple has, started that snowball going, because when Apple does something, everyone just follows.
Yeah, and I think we will see that even the telcos follow in this case. I mean, like during the keynote, the CEO of Verizon came out. Very evil sounding guy. I don't know. This is a German thing. I'm not sure. But anyway, here is Dan Ives, the second part of that interview.
From an install-based perspective, it's the most transformational technology upgrade that we've seen from Apple since 2014 with the iconic iPhone 6. With that pent-up demand, I think this is enough, potentially, to exceed that peak year 231 million iPhone units. And if that does happen,
wow,
we're looking a year from now, $175 stock.
Yeah, so he's banking on the most popular iPhone of all time. The lineup, anyway, the totality of that. And yeah, stock prices will, I think he's saying 175. I think last time I checked was 121. So it could be a $2 trillion company
Like
next year.
And I think Apple know this, which is why they themed, going back to the beginning of the episode, they themed this event speed. And they wouldn't stop talking about 5G, 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 5G. And in terms of what we've learned about COVID and everyone working from home, and where did all this bandwidth come from to allow everyone to work from home and do podcasts, things like that? The telcos have.
Please don't mention 5G and COVID in the same sentence.
I've just triggered everyone. I think the telcos have something coming. Like 5G is a reality. I think we've seen the videos of Telstra testing it here in Australia. I just think it's a matter of switching it on now that there's demand for it.
So telcos, because they're kind of leeches as well, they're going to use this opportunity. Hey, Apple are going in. We're going to market 5G that way. I think you're right.
They're all going to go all in. They're just waiting for somebody to spend the advertising dollars to explain 5G. I mean, the one video I forgot to clip was even Ryan Reynolds is now working with a small company called Mint Mobile, and he's explaining 5G on YouTube. Like, everyone's into it.
Hey, at least they didn't get some C-grade comedian to talk about it with a bus as an analogy.
Yeah. So I think that's the other thing that's pushing me towards getting a new phone, and that's 5G. But having looked at the iPhone 12 and what they're offering, I think I can wait another generation because I can already shoot 4K on my S10 Plus, and I've got a new 4K camera coming. So I think I can wait another generation before I jump back on the iPhone bandwagon.
I think at this stage I am 50-50. I mean, it does say pre-orders from tomorrow night, 11 p.m., but I mean, elsewhere it says the Pro Max is pre-orders a week later. So I'm a little bit confused there. So do I have 24 hours to work it out? It's not a small spend at the end of the
You don't
day.
have to pre-order.
Is it going to improve my life?
You don't have to pre-order. You realize that?
That's true. Well, no, well, I'm going for the gold, so I'm thinking might sell out. I guess that's the angle.
I totally agree with you. I think as long as you're gonna do new things with the device that it can now enable you, because even if you shoot 4K 60 FPS in HDR, I don't even have a 4K screen that can do 4K, let alone HDR. So
I probably won't be making any home videos in the next 12 months. So maybe you're right.
Not the ones you can watch.
Guys, let me know. Tweet at me at Jeff Kim. Should I buy the Pro Max?
So anything else you want to cover before we close on that bombshell?
I mean, I was just thinking, like, we probably didn't talk about the redesign. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's the squared off edges, kind of like the new iPads. It kind of looks good. And the gold just like, it's so shiny. It's not like the rose gold, right?
It's definitely yellow.
It's like actual.
It's
gold, 5S gold, which I loved.
Yeah, my favorite iPhone is still the 5, right? So I love the design. I love the new iPad Pros, the way they look. And I
can stand it up.
Stand it up now. So I think if you're an 8 or a 9, well, 8, you should definitely look into upgrading to this. I think it's.
I don't think that was a 9.
It's not 9, a 10. Well, on that bombshell, this has been episode 159 of the Naked Tech Podcast. We've got a new outro there, I see. Check out the new outro. Check out all the other episodes. Go to the website. That's thenakedtechpodcast.com. Hashtag should Jeff buy an iPhone? Let us know. That's Kelvin.
And Jeff out. Please let me know.
I love the new outro. It's Super Mario-esque.
I think it's okay because it's a remix from a song that I really like.
Is it royalty free?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a remix of another song, and the band themselves they put it on their Instagram. That's where I put it from.
I'm sorry, YouTube. Please don't demonetize our unmonetizable videos.
We're on Spotify too. Oh my god. Okay, I better check that.
And
can you imagine all the staff members they're using non-royalty free music?
Take them down.
Hey, what's happening with Rogan?
I don't know. Is he happy at Spotify? Is he not happy at Spotify? What's happening?
Well, the thing is, he's not at Spotify. He's never been.
Well,
they're just like licensees.
Yeah, but I'm sure they have meetings. I haven't watched any Joe Rogan videos or listened to his podcast since he moved to Spotify. Because it's not the way I used to watch it was on YouTube, right? It used to come out my feed. I used to just watch it, but I don't think people understand that. I don't think people understand the vortex of YouTube that sucks you into these videos and you just keep watching them.
Well, yeah, like Spotify doesn't. They don't have the. Is it the eyeballs? The attention span, because of the algorithm. Because you're never gonna watch or listen to podcasts because of recommendations coming in. I don't know. Sometimes I do, maybe.